for ABS Television. The Honorable Prime Minister has graced us with his presence. Please stand for the arrival of His Excellency Sir Claire Roberts, Deputy Governor General of Antigua and Barbuda. It is customary for us here in Antigua and Barbuda and the wider Caribbean to invoke God's presence at every important event. And so the invocation today will be done by Reverend Christopher Weeks, and he's the senior pastor of one of the churches in the St. Mary's South constituency, the Boland's Church of the Nazarene. Pastor Weeks.
Pleasant good afternoon. Adopting and accepting the established protocols. Indeed, a privilege to open this ceremony with prayer. Shall we pray? Mighty God, everything will be all right because you are God. We bless you for the opportunity to be in your presence. We are grateful, God, that we can not only acknowledge but accept you this afternoon as we place this special moment before you. We thank you, O God, for the vision of this project. We thank you, O God, that it is far-reaching. We thank you, mighty God, that it is visible that all will see what you are able to do through many lives. We thank you, God, for its viability, God, that it will indeed impact this nation. It will provide, God, economic development, not just for the nation, but even for those within this area of St. Mary's. So, mighty God, we are grateful. We are honored. We are blessed, mighty God, to be able to lift it before you and ask, God, that you will move in the midst of us. That not just today, but as they progress, mighty God, that everything that would be needed to be done would be done in order and for your honor and glory and for the excellence of your name. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Pastor Weeks, you may please have your seat. And after that prayer, I do think that every little thing is going to be all right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jamila Karwan, Media and Government Relations Specialist for the AIR Group. And I am truly honored to have been selected by Ambassador AIR to serve as your host for this afternoon's proceedings. Please allow me to begin by acknowledging the presence of our very distinguished guests, His Excellency, Sir Claire Roberts, Deputy Governor General of Antigua and Barbuda, the Honorable Gaston Brown, Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, honorable members of Cabinet, including the Honorable Kelvin Simon, Member of Parliament for St. Mary's South, other honorable members of Parliament, Ambassador Calvin Eyre, other members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that means you. It gives me a sense of excitement to welcome you to this groundbreaking ceremony as the AIR Group and Nikki Beach Hospitality Group partners to bring a resort and spa, beach club and residences to Antigua. According to Ambassador Eyre, this soon-to-be developed five-star hotel on the beachfront of Antigua is poised to become an unforgettable destination region, combining luxury convenience and modern living. And before I continue with any more wonderful words from Ambassador Eyre, permit me to introduce our first speaker, one of our biggest proponents here on the island, the Honorable Gaston Brown, Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairlady. I acknowledge all of the distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to include the Governor General's Deputy, Sir Claire Roberts, members of Parliament, to include the Honorable Shuki Simon, and of course, Minister Dwayne George, of course, Ambassador Calvin Eyre, who is the person behind this development, and all of the other distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today, we are gathered here to celebrate the groundbreaking of what will be a transformative tourism project here in Antigua and Barbuda. That is the Nikki Beach Resort and Spa, a project in which Ambassador Calvin Eyre and the group will be partnering with the principals of Nikki Beach Hospitality to bring us a most exciting property in which we will have well in excess of 800, almost 900 beds. This project will be transformative in many ways. In fact, it will be an anchor project for our tourism product, one in which we will be taking hospitality, or the Antiguan and Barbudan hospitality, to the next level of development. The objective of my administration is to continue to transform the Antiguan and Barbudan tourism product into a luxury product. We want the Antiguan product to be defined as a luxury destination here in the Caribbean, and certainly this development will be a marquee development along with several other high-end properties that are being constructed or about to be constructed. In fact, we have attracted billions of dollars in investments in the hospitality sector, and this particular project will add a further 400 billion US dollars in investments. That is indeed a very significant investment, and it demonstrates the confidence in my administration of the Eyre Group to be investing a further 400 million US dollars in our country. The Eyre Group has been one of the largest investors in our country for the last 10 years. In fact, there are many projects in which they have invested in, to include the Canada Place. They spent in excess of 40 million US dollars. There's also the retreat facility at Tamarind Hills. That too is well in excess of 40 million US dollars so far and continuing to be built out. So the Eyre Group is important from the standpoint of the foreign direct investments that they continue to attract and to invest in our country. A major employer, and certainly one of the best employers on the island, providing great opportunities for the development of its workers. We are especially pleased about this project in terms of the opportunities that it will provide for all stakeholders. So for example, the employees who work on this project during the operationalization phase can be assured of a premium in their pay compared to other hotel properties. And this is part of the objective of our government to ensure that we continue to uplift our people, to transition them into the middle class so they can earn more, and so that they can pursue their dreams, their aspirations for better life, and even for their children and their grandchildren. We want to make sure that our people are able to earn good salaries and wages, that they will have the opportunity to educate themselves. As you will be aware, we now have a university campus making tertiary education, university education available to all Antiguans and Barbudans. So we are pursuing the holistic development of our people, providing them with healthcare services that are certainly superior to many countries within the OASS Caribbean and beyond. In addition, we are building out the country's economy, literally providing the type of employment opportunities so that they can earn a salary and a wage, certainly far beyond those in the other OECS countries and generally within the Caribbean region. And certainly the Eyre Group is helping us to achieve that vision of transforming Antigua and Barbuda into an economic powerhouse, and at the same time to ensure that we continue to uplift the people of Antigua and Barbuda. This project obviously will make a major difference to the landscape here at Jolly Beach, one in which the shores of Jolly Beach will be adorned by architecture that is inspiring, that is attractive, that is perhaps better than any other hotel property on the island. And we are aware that the principals of this proposed Nikki Beach resort, Ambassador Calvini and others, would have gone the extra mile to get international designers and architects to design this property so that the architecture itself will be a major selling point. And the Nikki Beach brand itself, too, is a major selling point. It is certainly one of the most significant and one of the fastest growing luxury brands globally. One that brings the environment, the architecture, fine dining or contemporary dining, along with other amenities into play, entertainment as well, to ensure that visitors could have a most delightful experience here on Antigua. And again, this is in keeping with the vision of my administration, in which we want to ensure that Antigua and Barbuda becomes the most delightful tourism destination in the entire Caribbean and beyond. So again, we are very happy with the vision of Ambassador Calvinier, which certainly fully aligns with our vision to transform Antigua and Barbuda into an economic powerhouse. And we're also very pleased with the enormous opportunities to include the construction opportunities during the construction phase. The various suppliers will be supplying building material and other aspects of the project, as well as the operational phase in which many individuals will be employed in various fields. And even in terms of supplying the resort as well, there are many suppliers here in Antigua and Barbuda who will benefit from supplying this very significant resort, not only in terms of the scope and size of the investment, but also in terms of the quality of the architecture and the service that will be delivered right here at this Nikki Beach Resort and Spa. So again, we are grateful, and I wish to take this opportunity to reassure Ambassador Calvinier and all the others who have brought this project to our shores of the full support of the Antiguan and Barbudan government, certainly the cabinet of Antigua and Barbuda. You know, culturally, they have always been irritants whenever these type of projects are pursued. But I want to reassure Ambassador Calvinier that our government will stand squarely with him to ensure that this project is not delayed, and that notwithstanding whatever impediments may be placed in the way of this development, our government will ensure that they are removed, and that they are removed expeditiously. I'm very happy to see that the representative for the area, Mr. Kelvin Simon, the Honorable Kelvin Simon, is here with us. And this is important because almost invariably, whenever there's a major capital project, investment project in this country, opposition politicians have been very opportunistic in opposing, trying to undermine the development, with the hope that if they stymie the development, perhaps if they win power the next general elections, it will occur. But what would have happened almost invariably, whenever these opposition elements are able to delay these projects, invariably we lose them. Luckily for us, seems as though we're fully aligned with the parliamentary representative, and I certainly want to single him out for commendation, because I can imagine that there are some who, based on their political affiliation, would like to see the delay, or perhaps, for that matter, the scrapping of this project. But if you know my administration, we will continue to consult, we will continue to be inclusive, but when it comes to destructive behaviors, we have no time for that type of behavior, and we will make sure that this project is actually implemented in an expeditious manner, and that it realizes the opportunities for the development of our people in our country, because ultimately what we're seeking to do here is to transform Antigua and Barbuda into an economic powerhouse. I know 10 years ago, when we said to the people of Antigua and Barbuda that we'll transform this small nation into an economic powerhouse within the Caribbean, there are many who scoffed at the idea. But at the end of the day, we had the faith and certainly the trust and the commitment to work hard to attract investments. And one of the most significant investors that we have brought to the shores of Antigua and Barbuda, or if we did not bring him here, we'd have encouraged him to increase his investments exponentially, is Ambassador Calvinier. And I recall at one point 10 years ago, when there were certain issues, unjustifiably so, in which individuals were seeking to demonize the distinguished ambassador, my administration stood with Ambassador Calvinier. And he said to us at the time, and this is 10 years ago, he said to us, especially me as the Prime Minister of this country, he said to me, you will never regret it. And I have to tell you that Ambassador Calvinier is a man who is true to his word. And as a consequence, when you look at this project and all of the other investment projects that he's undertaking, I believe that within a matter of a few years, he would have invested single-handedly in a region of about $1 billion US in this country's economy. Let's hear it for Comrade Calvinier, the ambassador. Now, these type of investments are what are helping to grow the country's economy to the extent that Antigua and Barbuda today is the fastest growing economy in the Caribbean, barring Guyana, because of its recent oil find. And what is happening is that the economy is growing on average, certainly post-COVID, at a rate of about 7.5%, 8% per annum, to the extent, and this is no exaggeration, we have virtually doubled the size of the country's economy within the 10 years that we have been in government. We are poised to take the country's economy to $6 billion by the end of this year. When we came into office, it was about $3.2 billion. And based on the magnitude, the size of these investments and 7 other high-end hospitality projects that are being constructed or are about to be constructed, I guarantee the people of Antigua and Barbuda that we will at least double the size of this economy within the next decade by at least, to take it to at least $12 million. That is the extent of the growth and development that is taking place. And what our people need to understand that in order to deliver on our pledge, our promise, to transition our people from the poorer class into the middle class, evidently we have to grow the economy. That is how you ultimately increase per capita income and bring wealth, collective and individual wealth to the people. And that is precisely what is happening. We recognize, however, that in order to achieve it, that as a small nation with very limited capital formation, that we had to ensure that existing investors here, that invest more, and that we continue to attract foreign direct investments in order to fuel that level of growth and development. So today, we're here to celebrate yet another milestone, one in which we are literally presiding over the groundbreaking of this very exciting project for the government and people of Antigua and Barbuda. Finally, I just want to thank everyone who would have participated in making this project, at least taking this project to the stage, especially Ambassador Calvinier. Thank you for your confidence in my administration. Thank you for the confidence in the people of Antigua and Barbuda, because ultimately, it is the people who will make this project a success. And again, I reassure the people of Antigua and Barbuda that this project is ultimately for the benefit of all Antiguans and Barbudans. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prime Minister, and thank you for the support of the government of Antigua and Barbuda. Notice how far down I had to pull this. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Sir the Honourable Malwyn Joseph, Member of Parliament for St. Mary's North, who just graced us with his presence. Thank you for coming, sir. According to the Honourable Charles Fernandez, Minister of Tourism, he stated that this project will create significant local employment, both directly and indirectly, which is particularly welcomed post the global pandemic, which was wreaking havoc on the hospitality industry in Antigua and Barbuda. Honorable Fernandez sends his regrets. He's away on government business, but he did send an able representative in his right hand, Sir St. Clair Solin, Director of Policy and Planning within the Ministry of Tourism. Mr. Solin?
Governor General Acting, Sir Claire Roberts, Honorable Prime Minister, Sir Malwyn Joseph, MP Simon, Dr. Errol Cott, Ambassador Calvinier, good afternoon. On behalf of the Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Charles Fernandez, I wish to join the developers in welcoming all to this exciting groundbreaking ceremony. It is indeed a privilege to be here standing on the threshold of a new chapter for our nation's tourism industry as we celebrate the groundbreaking for what will become a remarkable addition to our hospitality landscape. The construction of this Nikki Beach Resort and Spa marks not only the beginning of a beautiful building, but also a bold step towards progress, economic growth, and new opportunities for our people. To put in context, this investment has a size of 400 million US dollars. It covers 82 five-star rooms, 181 luxury branded residences, total keys, 263 resorts. Operational, there would be approximately 300 direct employment, which adds on down the road. So we could look at least 1,000 people benefiting significantly in the long run from this project. Tourism has long been a cornerstone of our economy, bringing visitors from all corners of the world to experience our stunning landscape, rich culture, and warm hospitality. With each tourist who arrives, we open the door to greater economic activity, helping local businesses thrive, creating jobs, and strengthening our nation's reputation as a world-class destination. Nikki Beach Resort and Spa will stand as a beacon of that ambition, a place that will welcome travelers from near and far, offering them comfort, luxury, and an unforgettable experience of everything our beautiful country has to offer. But this project means so much more than bricks and mortar. It represents jobs during construction, partnership. This project is a collaboration between local and international partners, a testament to the confidence that the world has placed in our tourism sector. These partnerships will enable us to raise the bar on the quality of services we provide, positioning our country as a premier travel destination. Sustainability. I am proud to say that this project is not just about growth, but about sustainable growth. I ensured that 5 minutes ago with Mark, the project developer. Nikki Beach Resort and Spa development plan incorporates environmentally friendly practices, aligning with our commitment to ecotourism, from energy efficient designs to the responsible use of our natural resources. This project will be a model for sustainable tourism development. We are often faced with, rightly so, the vulnerability of tourism. We have no control over the vulnerability of tourism. What we do control, though, is the resilience of the product. The ability of this resilience is the ability to rebound after an adverse event. In its true sense, resilience is built up front. This is from conception to closeout of project. Climate change must be taken into full account. Prolonged drought, massive hurricanes, rising sea levels must be taken into account. And most importantly, as the aftermath, the staff must be put in a position to be resilient, because these are the people, after any event, will ultimately take care of the guests, do cleanup, and get the property back up in due time. The experience that we offer, I'm sure persons in the audience would notice Saudi Arabia, Venezuela, Azerbaijan, all these countries are investing heavily in tourism, and we wonder why. On the other hand, I can say the last figures from UN Tourism indicates that by the end of this decade, the worldwide tourism industry will value $10 trillion, which will be running equal to the oil industry. Additionally, with this in mind, and the technology that we have to reach out across the world to all those economies who now find themselves with the huge middle class, particularly India and China. With technology, we can sell what we have to them and welcome them to these shores. The success of our tourism industry depends on projects like these. With every hotel, resort, or attraction we build, we enhance the experiences of our visitors, attract greater investments, and secure the future of our economy and, by extension, our people. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Solane, and thank you for bringing greetings from the Honorable Charles Fernandez, Minister of Tourism. The Air Group's real estate arm, Air Developments, is the largest real estate developer in Antigua today, with projects including the Canada Place high-tech office complex, described earlier by our Prime Minister as the most impressive building on the island, hands down, as well as the over 400 million US five-star Nikki Beach project scheduled for completion in 2028, plus business retreats, nightlife, and dining. Always aspiring to be positively disruptive. Please welcome to the podium our chairman of the Air Group, Ambassador Calvin Ayre.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Calvin Ayre, and it's with great pleasure to be standing here announcing the groundbreaking of Nikki Beach, Antigua, the soon-to-be premier global destination for luxury tourism in Antigua and hopefully regionally. We are honored by the attendance of Governor General's Deputy, Sir Claire Roberts, and Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Honorable Gaston Brown. Other high-ranking officials within the government of Antigua and Barbuda, and other specially invited guests. We are equally pleased to have in attendance co-founder, owner, and CEO of Nikki Beach, Miss Lucia Penrod, and other Nikki Beach representatives. Yeah. So, entrepreneurs have an innate desire to create things, to take ephemeral ideas and give them tangible form. Throughout my entrepreneurial career, I've participated in the creation of countless projects, including many here in Antigua. 5 years ago, the Air Group opened Canada Place, which Prime Minister Gaston Brown graciously described as easily the most impressive building on the island, hands down. It has earned a reputation as the greenest multi-complex in the Caribbean for its environmentally friendly design. I'm proud to have played a key role in helping design Canada Place and to shepherd its development from a hole in the ground to 5 stories of bustling activity. I can't claim to be an architect, but I've always found the process of guiding real estate projects from conception to execution to be both challenging and rewarding and a whole lot of fun. Sometimes the design of projects I embark on are simply a matter of refurbishing an existing structure. Other times, as the case of the 20-room business retreat that we've talked about earlier up on the hill, it's creating something entirely from scratch. The latter is definitely how one would describe the Nikki Beach project here in Antigua, the largest and most ambitious real estate project I've been involved with to date. I like to think of myself as pretty good at a number of things, but as Clint Eastwood famously observed, a man's got to know his limitations. I could take ideas to a certain point, but I know when to bring in the professionals. The experts that this project will rely on are the award-winning HKS design firm and world-renowned Nikki Beach Hospitality Group. The Nikki brand has a well-earned reputation as the preeminent luxury beach resort destination, and I believe this Antigua project will be the most successful to date. Certainly the nicest location, because I've been to a lot of them. I'm looking forward to watching this project rise from these white sands and take its place atop the list of the Caribbean premier high-end travel destinations. Fortunately, I will have a ringside seat for this show, as I've made Antigua my home for nearly 2 decades now, predating Honorable Gaston Brown's administration even. From the day I arrived in Antigua, the people here made me feel at home. It was this enthusiastic response from the government officials all the way down to the people that served me my coffee that helped convince me to base my operations here. That proved a very wise decision because in addition to being warm and welcoming, Antiguans are also hardworking, capable, and efficient. Without question, my Antigua-based businesses have benefited immensely from the effort and dedication of the people that make up our local teams. Antigua has been good to me, and it's my hope that the economic stimulus from this $400 million five-star Nikki Beach will help me repay this island I love. I hope that this resort will help grow awareness of Antigua and drive a new wave of higher spending tourism to these shores so that all that live here can benefit. I grew up on a farm in northern Saskatchewan, and my dad is actually sitting right back there. He was a pig and grain farmer. So I'm no stranger to getting my boots dirty. But I've never been so happy to sink a shovel into the earth as I am today. Thank you.
And it gives me great pleasure to introduce the next speaker. Hold on a minute, Lucia. I have to do a little introduction to you. Established by entrepreneurs Jack and Lucia Penrod, the Nikki Beach Hospitality Group epitomizes barefoot luxury hospitality, curating transformative lifestyle experiences through its collection of Nikki Beach properties, including 11 iconic beach clubs, 5 resorts, residences, dining concepts, and pop-ups, as well as the group's new restaurant concept, Lucia. And here, just to tell you a little bit more about this exciting project, is co-founder, owner, and CEO of Nikki Beach Hospitality Group, Lucia Penrod. Welcome her as she comes.
The Governor General's Deputy, Sir Claire Roberts, Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, the Honorable Gaston Brown, Mr. Calvin Ayer, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening. You can see how excited I was ready to come right up. Sir Claire Roberts, I am requesting your permission to adopt the protocol already established. Thank you very much, everyone, for giving us the opportunity to bring Nikki Beach to this beautiful island of Antigua. We're very excited and honored to be part of this incredible project and to be partners with the AIR Group. For those of you who do not know much about Nikki Beach, I would like to take a little time to give you a little introduction of who we are. And since we are a family-owned and operated business, I thought it might be a good idea for you guys to know a little bit more about who Jack and Lucia are. Besides knowing that we started Nikki Beach Concept 26 years ago. I would also like to acknowledge 3 of our family, Nikki Beach family members here, Matthew, Maritza, and Remy. Thank you. Jack was born at the end of the Great Depression in the United States. He comes from very humble beginnings, one of 4 children raised by a single parent on food stamps and donations from the Salvation Army. At the early age of 9, he had already 2 jobs, and after graduating high school, he left home and started his journey to fulfill his American dream. He started working at McDonald's at 85 cents an hour as a cook. And in 7 years, he was the proud owner of 16 McDonald's franchises in South Florida. After, he went on to build the biggest spring break business for Fort Lauderdale and Daytona Beach. Penrose on the Beach became a household name on college campuses around the United States. During the 80s, Jack was approached by the city of Miami Beach to help stimulate tourism and development. Crime, drugs, and an aging population, the age population was around 72 years old back then, made Miami Beach a red zone for investors, financing, and not even the locals wanted to go to the beaches. But after 2 years of negotiations in 1985, we signed a lease with the city to build a Penrose at One Ocean Drive, Miami Beach. Penrose opened with tremendous success, attracting not only locals, but tourists and investments as well. And 5 years later, the age population went down from 72 years old to 40, and South Beach became one of the hottest destinations around the world. We delivered what we promised. 10 years ago, the city declared April 17 Jack Penrod's Day. Now, yours truly, I was born and raised in Nicaragua, and I moved to the United States in 1979 after a revolution in my country. I worked 5 years for the diplomatic field in Miami, serving 3 years for the government of South Korea and 2 years for the government of Venezuela. And in 1984, I joined Jack at the exclusive private development called the Jockey Club. And then as project director for Penrose Miami Beach, and we continue working since then. Then we got married in 1995, and now we have 22-year-old twins. In 1997, tragedy struck our family. Jack lost his daughter, Nicole, in a car accident. She was 18 years old. And at that moment, as a family, we decided that instead of mourning her life, we were going to celebrate her life. So we built a garden by the sea where the pool at Penrose used to be and called it Cafe Nikki. It was a magical garden with butterflies everywhere, flowers, birds, candles on the trees. It was a happy place and with a peaceful vibe. It was never our intentions to make it a business. This was a tribute of love from a father to a daughter. But the energy that was in the garden attracted 2 young surfers that came in and they said they wanted to hold an event there with aspiring models, a lot of young people just having fun. And then we decided, what a better way to honor Nicole than to have a bunch of young, beautiful people having fun and celebrating life. So we gave him the go-ahead. And the word of the magical garden spread around Miami Beach, and we ended up being the place to be and be seen for celebrities, Hollywood actors, models, everybody that was at Miami Beach and wanted to go to the hottest place, they came to Cafe Nikki. A year later, in December of 1988, we expanded to the beach, and Nikki Beach was born. Now, 26 years later, our brand is in 10 different countries with beach clubs, restaurant concepts, hotels, resorts, and residences. Our growth has been totally organic, giving us a unique approach to business. Because you see, our brand was not born in a boardroom. It was born out of love and a fierce desire to celebrate life with friends and family. We are so excited to have the opportunity to bring our beloved Nikki Beach to this beautiful island. I want to give special thanks to Mark Sontag for your strong leadership and guidance, and Calvin for choosing Nikki Beach. We are thrilled to create with you this unique and luxurious experience that blends the essence of our brand with the vibrant spirit of Antigua. We're ready, and we can't wait to create the magic. The same magic we brought to St. Barth 20 years ago. Our presence in the Caribbean is very well known and well regarded around the world. This project will be more than just a resort, a residences or beach club. It will be a lifestyle destination where guests and residents can relax, indulge, get spoiled, connect, and celebrate life together. We will ensure that every detail reflects the charm of this beautiful island of Antigua, while delivering the exceptional quality Nikki Beach is well known for. This groundbreaking will not be possible without the vision and support of the Air Group and our local partners. Today marks a significant milestone, not just for Nikki Beach and the Air Group, but for the entire Antigua community. Together, we're building something extraordinary, something we will all be proud of. So let's celebrate this new beginning and get ready to deliver unforgettable experiences. I always say to our Nikki Beach family, our staff, I tell them to never forget that life is very, very short. And when it is our turn, we don't take anything with us. But to know that you made people happy and gave them experiences that they can put in their memory bank and never forget them, for us, that's a life's worth living. So thank you very much for your support. and for being part of this amazing journey. And now let's go celebrate life. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lucia Penrod. And what a remarkable story about how it all started and how we could make lemonade out of life's lemons. Thank you so much for giving us that backstory. And we'd like to give you and Jack another rousing round of applause. Thank you so much once again, Lucia. Our next speaker is known for developing and managing profitable projects of multi-billion-dollar scope and global reputation in the real estate, hospitality, and leisure industry. With over 25 years under his belt, that's older than me, Mark. Our Chief Real Estate Development Officer, Mark Sontag, is the best person for this project. Mr. Sontag will be giving us a presentation on this exciting project. Mark?
The Governor General's Deputy, Sir Claire Roberts, Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, the Honourable Gaston Brown, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Sir Claire Roberts, I'm requesting your permission to adopt the protocol already established. When I joined the Air Group some 3 years ago, I could never have imagined the incredible adventure that awaited me. It's truly been a remarkable journey, filled with the opportunity and excitement of bringing inspirational projects to life across the globe. My journey with the group began with a 2-week immersion in Antigua, where I had the privilege of meeting with many stakeholders within and outside the group. It was a period of fast learning, where I absorbed the unique essence of this beautiful island and the aspirations of those involved. My first meeting with Calvin was strategically scheduled towards the end of that program, allowing me to gain the necessary context beforehand. During that encounter, I was captivated by his visionary ideas and struck by his clarity and passion, all the while mentally comparing Calvin's thought to the current status of our various projects. At one point during our discussions, I observed that in some cases, Calvin's vision had not been truly translated into the projects at hand. Over the following days, I emailed him some conceptual and design adjustments. What happened then is something that I'll never forget. Calvin responded within 3 minutes. His enthusiasm was palpable, and his ability to visualize the concept I had proposed was nothing short of remarkable. The exchange not only refined the direction of our projects, but also set the tone for how we would move forward. After all, project development is a process, one that is enriched by collaboration, insight, and a shared commitment to a vision and excellence. I'm very fortunate to have the support of some outstanding professionals involved in the project. Whilst the list is too long to name everyone individually, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to all of you. Your expertise, dedication, and creativity have been instrumental in bringing this vision to life. For example, the selection of the main architect's HKS was not just a matter of reputation or finances. It was about emotional resonance and connection. We shortlisted some award-winning design houses and asked them to present 3 projects that best captured the emotional essence of our brief. These submissions were then presented to Calvin without any identifying details. The choice was made based purely on that emotional connection, ensuring that the selected firm was truly aligned with our vision. This emphasis on emotional connection has been a guiding principle throughout the entire project. When the time came to choosing an operator, we had several well-known and prestigious brands eager to be involved in the project. However, the choice of Nikki Beach was immediate. It wasn't just about finding the right partner, it was about finding the right fit. One that would not only enhance, but also facilitate redefining Antigua as a premier destination. As Calvin often reminded me, Mark, Antigua and its people have been good to me. Let's move forward, full speed ahead. Real estate projects often get bogged down in the cold, physical aspects, the bricks, the concrete, the structures. But this resort project is different. I honestly think I have the best job within the group in bringing this project to life, creating an experience that goes beyond the physical space. And at times, I think Calvin thinks the same. He loves developing real estate, and when I see people get excited too, I know we've succeeded. I'm confident that this resort will set a new standard and reference point for Nikki Beach future projects. In my humble opinion, there's no question that this will be the most beautiful and impressive Nikki Beach project in the world, and will provide a unique experience and lifestyle to holidaymakers and resident owners. I could not be more excited to be here today, presenting to some to some of the very same individuals that have been instrumental in getting us to the point we are now, of course, we are welcoming our friends from Nikki Beach, including Lucia Penrod, co-founder, CEO, and owner of the Nikki Beach Hospitality Group. We are happy that the Honorable Prime Minister Gaston Brown, other high-ranking officials within the government of Antigua and Barbuda, and of course, Ambassador Calvin and herself joined us today. Collectively, you're all responsible for making Antigua the wonderful place that it is to live and work. Last but not least, I'd like to share a memorable moment that captures the spirit of this journey. After several back-to-back meetings in our head office in Zurich, Calvin asked the management team, please ask Mark to come in. I now need to see some beautiful concerts and pretty pictures. As such, ladies and gentlemen, it's now the moment of the proverbial curtain open, where images say more than 1,000 words. It is with great pride that we present you the Nikki Beach Resort and Spa Antigua.
Welcome to Nikki Beach Resort and Spa Antigua, where a luxury hospitality and lifestyle awaits you in the heart of the Caribbean. From the moment you arrive, you're greeted with signature Nikki Beach hospitality, blending chic elegance with a vibrant, laid-back atmosphere. Step onto the panorama terrace, where endless ocean views and serene garden landscapes invite you to relax, unwind, and embrace the beauty of the Caribbean. Your days can unfold in any way you desire, whether that's strolling the nearby marina, a round of golf, or a sailing adventure on the open sea. Relax and rejuvenate in our state-of-the-art wellness center, complete with luxurious spa treatments, private treatment rooms, and a fully equipped gym. Every detail is designed for your well-being, whether you're recovering from a day of water sports or simply indulging in pure tranquility. Live the iconic Nikki Beach Club experience, where music, dining, and entertainment blend into unforgettable moments. Soak in the sun by the pool, or dance to the beats of international DJs. Savor local flavors at our Beach Shack restaurant, or retreat to the privacy of one of our exclusive beachfront villas with its own pool. This is your sanctuary in paradise. Inspirationally developed by the Air Group, masterfully designed by award-winning architects, Nikki Beach Resort and Spa Antigua offers 181 branded residences and 82 hotel rooms. Private residence owners enjoy the perfect blend of luxury and comfort. This is not just a destination, it's home. With sunsets that take your breath away, Nikki Beach Resort and Spa Antigua offers not only an escape, but an elevated way of living where unforgettable memories await.
Thank you so much, Mark Sontag. And that beautiful video now gives you the liberty to dream and experience before the actual Nikki Beach project comes on stream. That beautiful voice you heard, by the way, is one of our local media personalities, Marcella Andre. And I think she did that very excellent justice. Thank you very much for that. And now we come to the most exciting part. Well, I don't know what part is more exciting to everybody else, but the most exciting part of today is the actual groundbreaking ceremony. We are going to ask our Prime Minister and our Governor General and Ambassador Eyre and the Honorable Kelvin Simon to join us. Bravo. Thank you, gentlemen. And if your substantive posts don't serve you well in the future, I think construction suits you well. Construction and earth moving. And so we'd like to give a special thank you to all of our speakers who came this afternoon to grace us with their presence, believing in this project. Thank you to the government of Antigua and Barbuda and other dignitaries. And of course, the Nikki Beach team, thank you so much. Thank you to Elegant Events and Decor for food and drinks, and that of course is Paul Affleck and his Elegant Events team. Thank you so much. Belmont Studios for photography and videography, for drone and live stream. And of course to our global PR team, Lightning Sharks. Thank you so much, Tanya and Christian, for being here today, and the other members of your team. And of course, our Air Media team on the ground, particularly Patrice, our events coordinator in-house extraordinaire. Thank you so much, P, for working so hard on this. And of course, we'd like to thank our entertainment acoustic infusion, Lyle Bradley on sax, and Baron from Nikki Beach. Nikki Beach brought a little bit of their culture today for us. And so we'd like to thank Baron for being here with us today. And all of you ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here, for believing in this vision, and for just being here to celebrate life, as Lucia puts it. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you turn your attention to the band Acoustic Infusion and enjoy their melodic sounds.